Gamer friends, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Josiah,
and we are ready to roll.
Fast 5 video, that's what this is today.
Yeah, we're going to do 5 very quick reviews on some games that we have recently played.
Yep.
These are not necessarily brand new games, but they're brand new to us.
They are brand new to us. The first one is River Valley Glass Works. This is a really fun little quick game where there is a river that has little sections that have glass in it, and then a little pool at the end of the river that has like sort of leftover glass, and you have several columns that you're trying to fill up with different color glass. Mm-hmm. There is differences in the rarity of the glass, mm-hmm. and the further up you go, the further out you go to the right. It scores you more points. And basically what you do is you start with some glass, and then you have to take a piece of glass and put it in a section on the river, and then you can pick glass from one of the adjacent sections of the glass, and then use that to fill up your tableau.
They're actually based on the shape of the glass. Like whenever you're drafting glass, you have to draft based on the shape that you have in your hand.
Right.
I like drafting games, and even though this one is super simple, I've really enjoyed playing it. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's a fun little filler game.
Yes. It's very family weight. Like I could totally see playing this with all ages of kiddos up to parents and having a really good time with this one.
Yeah.
So and because it has that drafting element, it's interesting enough, I guess, to keep me engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely a great game. Recommend it for families. If you like lightweight, quick games that are cute. I mean, this one has great production value. I think it's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
All right, next up, we have the game Gatsby. This one is a game that came out this year based on The Great Gatsby, so it's set in that like roaring 20s time. Except that I will say the theme is pretty irrelevant to this game. It doesn't really match up. But the gameplay is better than I thought. Okay, so on the first play, I was like, there's nothing to this game. And I was like, I want to try it again because, you know, it was enough to keep me interested. Sure. And we tried it again, and I realized that there was a lot more strategy than I had originally put into the game. Yeah. Which I love it when that happens, because then I'm like, oh, okay, wait, I see how we can do this a little bit, you know, I don't know. It had a more meat to it than I originally thought.
That's right.
It's still not a heavyweight game by any means. It's a very lightweight game. Yeah. But it definitely had more to it than I thought. So there are 3 sections, basically kind of mini games. Yeah. Ish. You have a row of different actions you can take, and you basically get to take 2 actions on your turn for the most part, and it allows you to manipulate one of the 3 areas
or multiple. Like there's one tile that you can do both of, you know, in the same.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so anyway, you're trying to gain these tiles that are different colors, and you don't know what they are. Most of them are face down. There are a few that are face up. Right. And they have different amounts of stars on them, and they're different colors, and you're basically drafting those. When you get to them, you get them, and it's set collection, not drafting. Set collection. So you're trying to collect 3 of the same color or 5 different colors. Yeah. And whoever does that first wins. And so it's all about figuring out how to get those different tiles.
Yep. Yeah, so there's a racetrack section. There's a financial track section.
Is that what it is?
It's like, I think it's financial. So the racetrack, you're going horizontal to get to...
You're racing
to get to the end of the thing, to get whatever the prize is, whether it's a card or something else. And then in the financial track, you're tracking up to get a card or different bonuses and things like that. And then the third section is, I think, a dance floor. Maybe. And you are trying to either get a straight line to get one of the cards on either side, a straight line this way, or to fill up the stars to get the bottom card.
Right. All of them are to get these set collection cards, these colors, or tiles, I should say.
Tiles, yeah.
And so that's what you're trying to do to win the game.
Right. And there's quite a bit of like take that in the game,
which I like,
which we love. But if you don't love that, it may detract from the game for you. But
you don't really have to play that way. I mean, I don't know. There is a little bit. You kind of do.
It kind of has. It's part of kind of the core gameplay. because sometimes you can like swap player tiles and you can block them on the dance floor and things like that. So but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun, like you said, after a couple of plays than the first time we played.
Once you start seeing, oh, okay, there's a little bit more to this game, because the first time it was fast, it was super quick, and I was just like, well, that there wasn't much to that.
Right. All right. The next one is Hutan, Life in the Rainforest.
Hutan?
Potato patata. I don't know.
I don't know either.
However you want to say it. I say Hutan. This is a really fun, quick game where you are drafting flower tiles to put in your rainforest, and there are gridded sections. I think four different big grids, and then inside each grid there are different, like 3 or 4 or 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how
places,
many there are, but yes,
places for your flowers. And so anyway, you're drafting a flower tile, and they sometimes have 2, sometimes have 3. And then you have to place them in your rainforest. So you ideally would want to pick one gridded section, and you want to have all the same color of flower in that grid.
Yeah, so there might be room for 3 flowers or 2 flowers or 4 flowers.
4 flowers, right.
But the problem that you run into is that you have to place every flower, and it has to orthogonally adjacent to the other flowers. Yeah. So it doesn't always work out.
It doesn't work out very often, actually.
Yeah, you have to figure it out.
And then there's also some bonus scoring where you can take the same color flower and put it on top of the same color flower, and it turns into a tree. And then you can do, I think, that again, and it turns it into an animal.
Right.
And so you can bonus score. So there's kind of this interesting, like, do I try and spread out and get all the grids filled out, or do I concentrate and sort of stack, if you will?
Yeah, I feel like so far strategy has been to stack a little bit. Like, you tend to get a higher score that way.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always work out. And if you place a flower in a grid that you do not fill up with that same color, you lose points.
You lose, yeah. Because you start out with negative points because the grids are empty. And then I don't
know if you start out with negative points. I think it's just 0.
Once you put a flower in, it goes to the negative points until you fill it up with the same color.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's a lot of puzzle in the game for sure, and it's really fun. I got destroyed. I think I've played this twice.
Is that all? Yeah.
I think once or twice, and I got destroyed. The first time I got really wrecked, and then the second time I did a little better, but yeah.
It's a good one. I really like this one. If you like abstract puzzly type games, this is a good one. It does have that drafting element where everybody has to draft a card of flowers, and you have to decide which one you want, and somebody else takes that one, and so you have to figure it out. So you're always adjusting your strategy throughout the game. So it's just one of those really good abstract puzzly games.
Sure.
And I love all of those games. So it was definitely a winner for me.
It is.
All right, next up is a game called Verso. Verso is a card game, and it reminded me a lot of Captain Flip if you've played that. But Verso is one where you get to draw the top card, and you're going to place it into your tableau, and you're going to have 3 rows and 1 for each color. And I think the cards are numbered maybe 1 to 6.
1 to 6, yeah. That's not
And then there's like a wild. And so you are placing that card based on the color. You can either decide to take that or flip it over and take that color, or that whatever side of the card is. Yeah, that number. And then, so you're putting that into your tableau, and there's points on the top of the card that you could potentially score. It's like 1 to 3 points, and there's like a little dot on the top, depending. So when you get to a place where you have consecutive numbers, you can decide to bank them. And when you do that, it takes some of them, it leaves a couple of them. Anyway, and
that's how you score points.
That's how you score. So you're trying to build up as many points as you can, and then bank them before the end of the game. And it's a very interesting game because it's just, do I want to play this side or this side? Or you can bank on your turn. So that's what you're doing on your turn. It's super fast. Yeah. Very easy to play. And I was telling him, I was like, this is one that I think would go over really well with my parents and my family, because we love card games. We love really simple, easy to learn, easy to teach card games. And this definitely fits into that category. So if that's something you're looking for, this would be a good game for that. Definitely.
There's also some bonus scoring that you can do if you fill up like in each column of color, or each row of color. If you've get 3, so you make a grid of 9, you get, I think, 7 points or something like that.
7 bonus points, yes.
Yeah, and so there's different things like that.
But if you draw a card that is the same as something you already have in your tableau, it goes into the discard. You don't get a card that round,
right.
So it can hurt you. So you don't want to build up too far before you bank it, or you'll start having to discard cards. Yeah,
essentially,
cards.
Yeah.
So it's a simple card game. Some people don't love those kinds of games, so obviously stay away from it if you hate those kinds. But we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really fun. All right, and the last one that we'll talk about is called Twinkle Twinkle. This is the newest game that we've played on this list.
Yes.
And I think it's the newest game on this list, right?
It might be. I think so.
Okay. And so basically this is a turn drafting.
Yeah, you're drafting tiles to go into your
tableau. Yeah, and so this is space themed. And so there are comets and satellites and asteroids and black holes and stars. You basically, in turn order, and the turn order changes. You get 2 turns per round, essentially. And when you do, you place it in one of the sections that you can choose. There's I think 5 different options of things that you can choose, and it's random tiles. And so you choose one, and then you place it in your tableau, and then there's different scoring based on what you chose. So like asteroids score more for clumping them up together, orthogonally adjacent.
Right, and stars are based on constellations. So the more stars you have in a constellation, then it's going to score higher.
That's right, so it or something like
that. Anyway, yeah, the scoring you'll just have to look at it.
Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. It's one of a really snappy, very quick, very easy to learn game. And very fun.
Yeah, again, this is one of those games that's drafting, so I automatically love drafting games, and this is and you're just trying to figure out how can I optimize my points by placing this in the right spot.
Yeah.
And then you fill up as soon as the boards are full, then the game is over, and whoever has the most points wins. It's super easy, but I have really enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
This is a list of games that are like simple and fun. That's what I would call this, like Fast 5.
Yeah.
They're just simple and fun.
Yeah.
But this one, I what order would you put these in? Like if you were going to say, oh, okay, my top game, or...
So I would probably go with Gatsby, and then probably Twinkle Twinkle, River Valley Glassworks, Hutan, and then Verso.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, they're also like they're pretty similar for me. They're really close on the same level.
Yeah.
But as of right this moment, I would probably say I enjoyed Twinkle Twinkle, and then Hutan, then Gatsby, then River Valley Glassworks, and then Verso.
Yeah.
But Verso, it's going to meet a very specific need for us,
right.
And so that's why it is added to this list, even though it's not necessarily my favorite of the games.
Right.
It does meet a very specific need. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this is our Fast 5 reviews. It ends up being not only fast reviews of 5 games, but also reviews of 5 fast games.
Yes, that's true. Yes, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.
And tell us down below what you think of these games, what you would order them, and what other fast games you would recommend to us to play.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.